Welcome back to Intensity Broadcasting with the Original Rebels Racing League Holl Heating and Sheet Metal Sunday Night Truck Series. My name is Josh Holl. We are back here on iRacing, back here with the Original Rebels, back here getting underway as we have William Griffith starting his qualifying attempt. He's on his second lap here, so he's rocketing down the straightaway towards turn number 2. Sorry about the late start. Had some issues on my end I had to get taken care of before we got going, but we are here, we are live, and we are getting ready for 60 laps here at the Tricky Triangle that is Pocono Raceway. We saw an exciting race in the last race with Mike Kosick getting the win. We'll have to see who's able to get the win here in our second race of the night. And we see William Griffith coming across the line. He's currently sitting in the second position. Tracy Passion's coming across the line right now. His second lap is just a little bit slower than his first lap, so he's going to stay in that 6th position. Charlie Elmore on his first of 2 laps coming down towards turn number 2. As he comes across the stripe to take the white flag on his first of 2 laps. Garrett Kinder currently in the 2nd position, learning a little bit from that first race here tonight. As Charlie Elmore comes down the long back straightaway towards what's called the tunnel turn, turn number 2. We'll go over the shape of this track in just a moment. Charlie Elmore makes his way through turn 2 and onto what we like to call the short chute towards turn number 3. And Pocono is known as the Tricky Triangle, as you see on the wall right here. What turn 4? Because there is no turn 4. Elmore is going to come across the stripe, and he will jump up to the 7th position. Aaron Adcock on track. Different looking look for this truck here tonight in the 23 Black Rifle Machine. Kevin Kinder says, hello, y'all, and Mr. Hall again. Good to see you again, Kevin. Hopefully I got the kinks worked out on my moderator here, and we shouldn't see any more messages on YouTube that we don't want to see. If you do end up seeing those, please let me know, and I'll see if I can straighten this thing out. Jonah Colbert jumps up to the top spot. Aaron Adcock rocking down the backstretch towards turn number 2. Down into the tunnel turn. Kevin Kinder says, hopefully more green flag runs, which I hope. We did see 8 cautions in the Outlaw race here tonight. Hopefully this one goes a little bit cleaner here tonight. As we take a look at your points coming into tonight, we see Eddie Smith at the top of the board. Daniel Cunningham sitting back in 2nd. Garrett Kinder in 3rd. Cody Boehm in that 4th position, tied with Christopher Heiner for 4th. Then Jonah Colbert back in 6th. Josh Oswald, Brandon Wallace. And a 2-way tie between Aaron Adcock and Tracy Passions for that 9th position. Spencer Gay back in 11th. Christian Denman 12th. William Griffith, Charles Stevens, and Alex Veith round out your top 15. So what makes this track so unique? Well, we take a look at the race info, and we see that triangle-shaped track. All 3 corners are completely different. You've got the Long Pond straightaway, which is the longest straightaway in NASCAR, Then you've got turn 1, which is modeled after the old Trenton Speedway in New Jersey, 14 degrees of banking. Turn 2, known as the tunnel turn, modeled after Indianapolis Motor Speedway at 8 degrees of banking. And then turn 3, which is modeled after the Milwaukee Mile at 6 degrees of banking. So 3 unique corners, very unique track. As we see Aaron Johnson pulling off down the backstretch, we see Christopher Heiner making his way through turn number 1. Down into the tunnel turn, again modeled after Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And the turn that you really want to try to make sure you do right is turn 3, which he's coming up into right now. And the reason being, turn 3 leads you onto that long straightaway, the Long Pond straightaway. You want to maintain and keep your speed up off that corner to carry as much speed down this straightaway as you can to try to make a move on your opponents down into turn number 1. That's Christopher Heiner is going to end up in the 9th position. And with about a minute and a half left, looks like that's going to do it for everybody who's going to qualify here. As it takes about a minute just to run a lap here, so it doesn't look like either Alex or Mike Veith are going to be able to get out there and create a lap. So as we get ready to do battle, here at Pocono for 60 laps. Again, thank you everybody for joining us here tonight, whether you're watching on Facebook or on YouTube. Don't forget to hit that like button, follow, and subscribe. As we get ready for the action here at Pocono. Again, we saw a great race just a little bit ago with Mike Kosick getting the win in the Outlaws Series. We saw 2 tires versus 4 tires. We saw quite a bit of trucks getting loose off the corner into each other and some tight racing. Hopefully we'll see a lot of tight racing in this one again. Preferably without the cautions that we saw in the last one. But cautions do happen. Nothing we can really do about those, but hope that this one is a little bit better of a race. Let's take a look at your starting grid. And yet again, I apologize for my starting grid. Does not want to work for whatever reason here tonight, so we'll take you through the field one by one with Jonah Colbert starting on pole in position number 1. Chris McLean will be rolling off from P2. Aaron Adcock starting in the 3rd position with Josh Lokenvitz starting in P4. Garrett Kinder be starting in the 5th spot with William Griffith rolling off from 6th. 7th will be the 99 of Brandon Wallace with Aaron Johnson, the 21, rolling off from 8th. Christopher Heiner in the 1. He'll be taken off from the 9th position, and Jason Lottridge rounds out your top 10. 11th will be the 20 of Charlie Elmore with Dave Jones back in the 12th position. Christian Dedman rolls off from 13th. Tracy Passions in 14th. Charles Stevens Jr. does not grid up, so he'll be qualified 15th. We'll be starting from the pits. Tyler Rice back in the 16th position. Josh Oswald rolling off from 17th. Mickey Isaac in 18th. Matt Kleeman back in 19th. Kyle Roberts rounds out your top 20. Cody Boehm rolls off from 21st. Charles Stevens Jr. Alex Veith from 22nd. Spencer Gay back in the 23rd position, and Mike Veith rolling off from 24th. And I apologize for everything popping up onto the screen like that. It's not the way I wanted it to work. Just clicking some buttons trying to get things to pop up on the screen I want to, and looks like there's a recent update that so here we go. Chris McLean lead him down to the starting zone. Green flag is in the air. We are racing here at Pocono. And Jonah Colbert lead him down into turn number 1. Chris McLean to the outside. They are side by side coming down to turn number 1. Garrett Kinder is going to jump up to the high side. Now he's going to dive back down low as they are side by side for the lead for the first time through turn number 1. Here comes Aaron Adcock sneaking down on the bottom lane. Kevin Kinder asks, after you run the 2 laps, can you return to better your position? Or is it 2 and you're done? It is 2 and you are done in qualifying. So if you have a mistake out there, you are not able to rerun those laps. As now Chris McLean's going to tuck in behind the 31 of Jonah Colbert as they make their way off of turn number 3 and down to the stripe. And already we've made it further than we did in the first race, as they are now starting to get singled out here. Chris Heiner taking a look down to the inside of Brandon Wallace. He's going to tuck back in behind that 99 machine. A little further back, we see a couple cars side by side. Tracy Passions on the high side, getting passed by Kyle Roberts. I'm sorry, Dave Jones. Now he's got Matt Kleeman trying to take a look down as Matt Kleeman and Kyle Roberts battle side by side. Josh Oswald has the 78 of Cody Boehm looking down to the inside as they make their way down turn number 1. Also Jason Lotridge in the mix here as well, as Cody Boehm's going to get a 2-for-1 around both Oswald. And I thought he was going to get around Lotridge, but Lotridge fighting back hard on that high side. A little further up, Garrett Kinder stocking the 79 of Josh Lokenvitz. Kinder taking a look down to the inside of the tunnel turn. Not quite close enough to try to make that move stick. So we ride along the back bumper. We see William Griffith now trying to take a look down to the inside of Garrett Kinder. But again, just not quite close enough to make that work. As they come down the Long Pond straightaway, that drafting coming into play on this long straightaway, the longest straightaway that NASCAR has in any of their racetracks. And Jonah Colbert starting to stretch his lead a little bit over second place Chris McLean. And we saw the first race, 2 tires might be an option for some drivers. We'll see if that comes into play here. We know that from the first race that stretching at the lap 30 would require a little bit of fuel saving, as William Griffith has the 40 Sorry, that is the 21 of Aaron Johnson going by. Looks like he's got the wrong number on his truck. So a little battle continues here between Aaron Johnson and William Griffith. Field makes their way down this long backstretch towards the tunnel turn. Chris McLean falling a little bit behind the 31 of Jonah Colbert. He's a half a second behind the leader, and then you have to go a second back to find Aaron Adcock. Josh Lokovitz and Garrett Kinder going at it side by side. Paul, thanks for tuning in on Facebook. We do appreciate your support each and every week. Side by side down the Long Pond straightaway and down into turn number 1. See if Garrett Kinder is able to outbrake the 79 down into turn number 1. Looks like Kinder is going to have a little bit of a push here from the Aaron Johnson machine as they come down the backstretch towards turn number 2. Garrett Kinder still not able to clear the 79 of Lokovitz as they make their way off of turn number 3. And off of turn 3 is not where you want to be running side by side, as you want to try to get as much momentum as you can to get down this long straightaway. Eddie Smith says, "Let's go JC Motorsports." It's sorry to see Eddie not in the race here tonight. As Garrett Kinder continues to stock the 79 of Josh Lokovitz down into the tunnel turn. And really here at Pocono, there's really only 2 places you really want to try to make a pass. Down into turn number 1, because you can outbrake your opponents into the fastest corner of the track. And turn 2 through the tunnel turn, because you pretty much don't lift too much through the tunnel turn. You can pretty much stay right in it. But turn 3, you want to be single file off of turn number 3 to try to get that momentum to run down this long straightaway towards turn number 1. Back a little further back, we see Christopher Heiner trying to work on the back bumper of Brandon Wallace as they make their way down towards the tunnel turn. Heiner trying to set up the pass. Eddie Smith not in the race because he's got family in tonight. Going to miss you, Eddie, but we understand family is a priority. Good to see you joining us here tonight, regardless. Brandon Wallace trying to set up a pass on William Griffith down into turn number 1, but just not close enough to try to make that move down into turn number 1. As we see these trucks lined up. Oh, caution is out. Looks like we got one around. Looks like it's the 53 of Tracy Passons around. Looks like Josh Oswald might be involved in this one as well. And that is going to bring up our first Kinder Farm and Ranch Wreckage Rewind of the night. And we see these two running nose to tail. Yeah, it looks like Josh Oswald just barely got into the back of the 53, spins him around. We see Jason Lottridge also making some contact with the 17 to send him around. Lotridge able to stay off the wall. So just these two trucks are involved. That's going to re-rack the field. We might see a couple takers on the pit road as well. Again, we want to thank everybody for joining us here tonight for the Holl Heating and Sheet Metal Sunday Night Truck Series here on Intensity Broadcasting. Of course, we can't do it without our great sponsors here. You see Jonah Colbert make his way on pit road. Chris McLean, everybody's going to make their way down pit road, get some fuel. Oh, slow contact. Looks like Garrett Kinder ran into the back of the 79 Alokovitz. Doesn't look like there's any damage to either vehicle, fortunately, so we'll see if anybody was watching the Outlaw race tonight. If anybody just chooses to take 2 tires over 4 tires. That looks like 4 tires for the majority of the field. Only one driver deciding to take just 2 tires. That is Dave Jones in the Ted machine. Everybody else taking 4 tires except the 6 of Tyler Rice, who stays out on this yellow flag. So with the long pace laps here at Pocono, we're going to get ready to go back green flag racing in about a minute. Lights are off on the pace truck. We're going to re-rack them, restack them, and get ready to refire them. Tyler Rice is going to choose the inside lane. Again, he's on no tires. Jonah Colbert, first car off of pit road with 4 tires. Dave Jones back in 15th. He is the only truck out there with just 2 tires. So as the field makes their way through the tunnel turn, we're about half a lap from going back green flag racing. Pace car is getting ready to take that hard left-hand turn on the pit road. Tyler Rice is going to lay back way off the pace truck, approaching the restart zone. Green flag is back in the air. We are back racing. Another great jump for the leader. It's Tyler Rice with those no tires, able to get out in front of Jonah Cobert for now. He's going to slide way up the track, though, as we got a battle for the lead. Chris McLean taking a look down to the inside. Jonah Cobert, but Cobert going to be able to get out in front of McLean. Garrett Kinder is able to get around Josh Lokovitz, move Kinder up into the 4th position. And now Aaron Johnson taking a look down to the inside of Lokovitz. A lot of side-by-side racing. Ooh, Kyle Roberts got really loose off of turn number 3. He's going to lose quite a few positions. Tyler Rice falls all the way back to 12th. Christian Dedman looking up to the high side. Josh Lokovitz now has Aaron Johnson underneath him as they make their way down towards the tunnel turn, number 2. Up front, we've got a battle for the lead. As Chris McLean was trying to take the lead on the high side, Aaron Adcock in the mix here as well. Garrett Kinder taking a look down underneath Aaron Adcock as they are side by side for 3rd place. Garrett Kinder did run the Outlaw race, came in 3rd place in that race. Said he might have learned a few things for this race, especially racecraft and being able to adjust from running the Cup car last night, as Aaron Adcock's now going to take a look down underneath Chris McLean. A couple Poman Motorsports drivers side by side as Aaron Adcock takes over 2nd place, and Kinder moves himself up into 3rd. So Chris McLean struggling a little bit here as Aaron Johnson takes another look down underneath the 79 of Lokovitz. We see that 5 truck just hanging it out. We'll ride along here with McLean. We'll see how much he's having to turn his wheel back to the right. Oh, he's coming down onto pit road. He's got something wrong with that truck. Looks like he pancaked the right side of that truck, so he's going to make his way on the pit road. And Jonah Cobert's going to have a half-second lead over Aaron Adcock. And Aaron Adcock has a very hungry Garrett Kinder right there on the back bumper. So Holl field rockets down the backstretch towards turn number 2. And Kinder's trying to use as much draft as he can to catch the 23. Does look like, I can't really tell if Kinder's got a little bit of damage to the front of that truck. I know he made some contact earlier coming on to pit road. We'll take a look off the gearbox of Aaron Adcock, and I don't think Kinder's close enough to really see if there is any damage to the front end of that truck. Just behind, this battle continues between Aaron Johnson and Josh Lokovitz. William Griffith has a great view of this one. Aaron Johnson has a tuck back in line behind Logan Vitz, and you see the run that William Griffith's starting to get with that long straightaway, the little bit of draft that you can get down into turn number 1. Griff's going to take a look up to the high side. Ooh, Griff gets a little loose there up on that high side. So Brandon Wallace trying to make a move on him, but was not able to do it. Griff getting a great run here down into turn number 3. And again, you don't want to make a move in turn number 3. You want to try to get as much momentum off of turn number 3 as you can. We'll see if Griff is able to keep his momentum up to try to get around Johnson here. Nope, just not able to get that truck in position to try to make a move down the straightaway and into turn number 1. Just behind we see Cody Boehm taking a look down to the inside of Christopher Heiner. As Aaron Johnson tries again to the inside. And these two drivers are giving up so much momentum and time running side by side. Now Johnson's going to get that position, and William Griffith is going to take a look down to the inside going into turn number 3. Ooh, and Lokovitz up into the wall just a little bit. That's going to break his momentum and allow Griff to get the position down into turn number 1. And watch that 12 to outbreak the 79 down into turn 1. And we see a cloud coming over the track. You see how much darker the track just got. That's going to cool the track off a little bit and bring up the speeds just a bit. So for drivers who like the track a little bit slicker, this cloud is not going to help them. Drivers like Garrett Kinder, it's going to cool the track off and make the trucks a little pushier. Kinder's hoping that sun comes back out. Brandon Wallace now taking a look down to the inside of Logan Vitz, just not able to get there just quite yet. But a big track like here at Pocono, you can have a cloud that gets over. As you see the sun starting to pop back out in turns 1 and 2. It's very possible, though, to have half the track in sunlight and half the track in cloud cover, as we're seeing as they make their way down into the tunnel turn. The tunnel turn still in the clouds. Off of turn number 3, and everybody's still pretty much running single file until you get back around 13th, 14th. Matt Kleeman taking a look down under Mickey Isaac. Tracy Passons, after getting involved in an early wreck, has already moved himself up into the 12th position. Sees Christian Denman running the high line through turn number 1. And Passions gets around Christian Denman, so move Passions up into the 11th position. Brandon Wallace has Christopher Heiner taking a look down to the inside. And just in front of them, Josh Lokovitz and William Griffith are battling side by side. It's a battle for the 5th position. Ooh, a little contact. Griff gets pushed up into the wall. He's able to hold on to it. He's going to pancake the whole right side. That's some heavy contact for the 12 of William Griffith, and that is not going to help him at all. We'll have to see if he makes a dive down the pit road or if he tries to stay out to nurse that truck around. But you can see as the truck comes by, that hard scrape on the right side of that 12 machine. Christian Dedman making his way around. Here comes Mickey Isaac trying to get around the 12 as well. So a tough break for William Griffith as he continues to slide back after heavy contact with the wall. Up front, though, Jonah Cobert still leads over Aaron Adcock by a half a second. Then you go back another half second to find the 13 of Garrett Kinder. Then you've got to go all the way back 2 seconds to find the 21 machine of Aaron Johnson. And that's another 2 seconds back to the 79. Josh Lokovitz running back in 5th. Then Cody Bohm and Christopher Heiner running back in 6th and 7th. And there's a big race back here between Christian Dedman, Brandon Wallace, and Mickey Isaac. And nobody here has enough fuel to make it to the end. So we will see pit stops one more time. It's just a matter of when they come in. We know that they can run between 28 to 30 laps. So I expect drivers to start coming in around lap 35 to 40. Because we did have that caution as William Griffith makes his way down the pit road to get his damage fixed. And Brandon Wallace has a big scrape on the right side of his truck as well. Cody Bohm moving around Josh Lokenvitz. Brandon Heiner, Christopher Heiner trying to come through as well. As Heiner's going to give a push to the 78. A little bit of bump drafting here at Pocono. Down into the tunnel turn. And Cody Bohm's going to take over that position, but Heiner, ooh, big wiggle out of the 78. I think there's a little bit of contact between him and Lokenvitz. Heiner now down on the low side, trying to make the pass through turn number 3. And again, turn 3 is not the place you want to try to make a pass, because you'll see this outside lane get so much momentum off the corner, and Heiner's going to lose so much track position here. As Tracy Pastons is in this mix as well, trying to move himself forward. So Cody Bohm around Christopher Heiner. Heiner getting a little loose there. As Tracy Pastons now taking a look down to the inside of Josh Lokovitz, and Pastons showing some late speed here as tires are wearing off, and he is just making his way through the field like it's nobody's business. Josh Lokovitz, though, fighting hard on that high side, but Tracy Pastons able to clear that 79 machine, and Kyle Roberts right there behind, trying to make something happen as well. Back up front, Aaron Adcock has been caught by Garrett Kinder. Kinder's working his way to the back bumper of Aaron Adcock. The last few laps, Kinder has run a few quicker laps than Aaron Adcock as we take a look at the lap history. You can see 3 out of the last 5 laps, Garrett Kinder has been a little bit faster than that 23 machine as he just continues to eat into the lead that Aaron has over him. And Kinder is right there now on the back bumper. Can he get the momentum off of turn number 3? And Aaron Adcock actually makes his way down onto pit road. So one of our first takers on the pit road on lap 30. So Garrett Kinder is going to move back into the 2nd position. And then it's all the way back, almost 5 seconds, to 3rd place, Aaron Johnson. See Charles Stevens Jr. making his way around Mickey Isaac. So Isaac's going to fall back into the 11th position. As these 5 trucks right here all battle under a blanket. Right in front of them, we have Christopher Heiner running down the 78 of Cody Bohm. So far, just Aaron Adcock making his way down on the pit road. Everybody else staying out. I figured people would be pitting around lap 35 as Brandon Wallace makes his way down the pit road along with Charlie Elmore. Heiner makes his way around Cody Bohm to take over the 5th position. Aaron Johnson now making his way down on the pit road. A little bit of damage to the right side of that truck as well. I'm sure he'll be able to get that fixed up. Tyler Rice on the pit road. And Jonah Cobert's lead over Garrett Kinder has grown to 2.6 seconds. So Jonah having a much better run here tonight than he had Friday night. I know Friday he got involved with some lap traffic. Tonight, though, no lap traffic around him at all. As he rockets off of turn number 3 and down the Long Pond straightaway. Ooh. Matt Kleeman is around. Yellow flag is out. Not sure what happened to Kleeman, but that'll bring up our Kinder Farm and Ranch Wreckage Rewind. We see the 19 of Matt Kleeman up on the high side. He's got Mike Veith down on the low side. It looks like Veith just pushed up the track just a little bit. And I'm going to call that net code. There was no contact between those two drivers. Unfortunately for the 19. Gets the worst end of the stick. Tries to get it back going, and fortunately, it looks like he stalled it, had to get it refired, and that brings out your caution. So Jonah Cobert's going to catch the pace truck off of turn number 1. Tyler Rice is going to get the lucky dog, get himself back onto the lead lap. Oh, I didn't even have, I had the record rewind screen up the whole time. I do apologize for that. I thought I hit the button. Let's rewind that back and show it again. So we see Matt Kleeman battling side by side with the 51 of Mike Veith, and there's the net code that sends the 19 around and into the outside wall. Again, looks like he stalled it trying to get it going again, and that's what brought out your yellow here. As the entire field makes their way down to pit road. We'll see if everybody takes 4 tires or if we do see any more gambles on 2 tires here on this pit stop. Barring no cautions, this would be the last pit stop of the race. So I imagine everybody's going to take 4 tires here. Cody Boehm down and away. As the race off of pit road. Looks like Kinder is going to get out in front of Jonah Cobert. And Aaron Adcock obviously staying out because he went in on lap number 29. Tyler Rice is going to take over second place as he was last in on lap 31. And then Garrett Kinder beats Jonah Colbert off pit road. So move Kinder up into third. Jonah falls back to fourth. And Christopher Heiner in the 5th position. Kevin Kinder says woot woot as Garrett Kinder moves up into second. See Charlie Elmore in front of Aaron Adcock. He is the last car on the lead lap when the lights go off on the pace truck, which is now. He's going to move around the pace truck and catch up to the tail end of the field. He was last in on lap number 30, so only one truck has retired from the race. That is the 5 of Chris McLean. When Charlie Elmore comes around, that'll put the entire field on the lead lap. All the cars running on the lead lap. So we're going to re-rack them and restack them. Get ready to refire them. Aaron Adcock on the inside. Garrett Kinder on the outside. As they're going to come down to the restart zone. For those of you not familiar with the restart zone, as they come off of turn number 3, the pace truck's going to pull in. We'll see a blue box painted on the ground that says Geico. That is the Geico restart zone. Leaders have to maintain pace speed all the way to that zone. If the leader fires off before that zone, he will get black flagged. If he slows down too much or speeds up too much before that zone, he will get black flagged as well. Second place truck cannot beat the leader to the restart zone. The leader can choose to fire off anywhere in that zone he'd like. As soon as the lead truck fires off, the green flag will fly. If the leader does not fire off in the restart zone, then at the end of the zone, the green flag will come out by the starter and the race will resume with or without the leader. So here we go. We'll see that blue Geico come in the view on the right side of the screen. Aaron Adcock's going to lead him down into the restart zone. Green flag is back in the air. We are back racing here at Pocono. With just 24 laps to go. Pretty mild restart. Everybody's staying double file down into turn number 1. And Jonah Colbert already making some moves around the 13 of Garrett Kinder. And Aaron Adcock staying out in front currently. Oh, yellow flag is out. Hard contact for Matt Kleeman and Josh Lokenvitz are involved. Looks like the 9 of Mike Veith is caught up in this as well. Cody Bohm looks like he was able to make it through, but man, hard contact for the 9 of Mike Veith. That's going to bring up another Rickage rewind as cautions breed cautions. When we take a look, we see Mike Veith in that gray and red machine on the low side. Just overdrives the corner, comes up into the 10 of Dave Jones. Josh Lokenvitz makes some contact. He goes around as well. You see Kleeman, hard contact up in the air. Ooh, Veith gets up and over, almost onto his roof. Cody Bohm gets a little piece of it as well. Josh Lokenvitz back up and over, monster trucking off of Mike Veith's machine, and tough break for everybody involved. We'll see Mike Veith on pit road getting that truck fixed up. Looks like he had a reset, so he's able to get it fixed up. Matt Kleeman, though, unfortunately, not so lucky. Looks like he will be having to retire from the race. Josh Lokovitz still out on track. We see that truck smoking heavily. Lokovitz not looking very happy out on track right now as he makes his way down. Oh, we hear the engine expire on that 79 machine, so hopefully he's got a reset. We'll be able to get that truck fixed up. If not, then the 79 will be retiring from this race and joining Chris McLean and Matt Kleeman. Watching to see if Lokovitz can make it to his pit stall. And he did have a reset, so he's able to get back into the race. So Aaron Adcock, still your leader. Jonah Colbert is going to restart in second. And Garrett Kinder is going to restart from the third position. Fortunately for Kinder, that's going to put him back on the inside. So he might have a little better restart this time around. And we want to thank everybody for joining us here tonight on Intensity Broadcasting. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe. It really does help us out tremendously. Got some new stuff in the works. In a couple weeks, we're going to have our new SCSRA road course series kicking off on Monday nights. Joe Wright will have the call on that one. Tuesday nights, we still have our SCSRA truck series, which is kicking off their season at Daytona. They just had their duels, and we'll be kicking off at Daytona for the start of the season. Doghouse Racing League will be restarting in about 3 weeks. They have an awesome schedule coming out as well, so you're not going to want to miss that. Wednesday night, the SCSRA Dev Sports Car Xfinity Series. Atlee Weiss will have the call for that one, starting at 9:15 on Wednesday night. Friday night, we've got the Original Rebels Racing League Grand National Series, Gen 6 cars on Friday nights. And then Sunday night, our truck doubleheader with the Hardline Transport Solutions Outlaw Truck Series, followed by the Holl Heating and Sheet Metal Sunday Night Truck Series here on Intensity Broadcasting. So hit that like button, hit that notification button. That way you're notified anytime we go live here on Intensity Broadcasting. Don't forget to check out our web store as well at intensitybroadcasting.com. There is a link down below where you can find hats, t-shirts, coffee mugs of not just Intensity Broadcasting, but some of your great series that run here on Intensity, as well as all of Atlee Weiss's merchandise as well, supporting his Bandolero career. So you can check that out at intensitybroadcasting.com. So here we go. Pace truck getting ready to take that hard left-hand turn onto pit road. Aaron Adcock's going to lead them back down to the restart zone. Jonah Cobert's going to be on the high side. Again, Garrett Kinder get a good jump here on the restart. Try to race Jonah Cobert down into turn number 1. And he does get a good jump there on that low side, but he's going to have to tuck back in behind Jonah. As your top 4 are single file up on that high side. Tracy Passons back up into the top 5, up into 4th, working his way around Christopher Heiner as they come rocketing down the backstretch. See Mickey Isaac down on the low side underneath Christian Dedman. They have Kyle Roberts right behind as well. And Aaron Adcock is getting challenged from the 31 of Jonah Cobert, who's been putting a clinic on here tonight. And he's going to move around the 23. And now Garrett Kinder trying to decide which truck he wants to go with. He's going to stick with the 31 of Cobert as they come down into turn number 1. And Kinder's going to shove that 31 out into the lead. And now, almost some contact between him and Aaron Adcock. But neither one of them break their momentum. Now Cobert ducking down to the bottom, trying to give a little draft. Trying to break the draft a little bit. Kinder's going to fall back into that 3rd position. As Tracy Passons, who's been on a tear all race long since getting involved in an early caution, now trying to work his way back up into the top 3. Kyle Roberts gets around to Mickey Isaac, move Kyle up into the 7th position. Mickey was trying to make a move back down on the inside. And he's not going to make that work. Spencer Gay's going backwards as well. He just got passed by the 12 of William Griffith. And here comes Charles Stevens Jr. trying to make a move down underneath the 69 machine as well. Garrett Kinder now taking a look down to the inside of Aaron Adcock down into turn number 3. Kinder using as much of that curbing down there, that rumple strip as he can, but he's going to have to tuck back in line Aaron Adcock throws a bit of a block down the straightaway as they come down into turn number 1. Charles Stevens Jr. still trying to battle back on the inside of Spencer Gay. And it looks like Jr.'s going to be able to clear the 69 this time, but the 69 crosses him over down the short chute towards turn number 3. And the 69 is going to retake that position down into turn number 3. Meanwhile, back up front, Garrett Kinder continues to stay right there on the back bumper of Aaron Adcock. Kinder gets a good run there through turns 1 and 2. Closes right up to the back bumper, but then starts to fall off a little bit. And I can't tell, but it looks like there might be a little bit of damage to the nose of that 13 truck. Find another truck here to take a look at. If you look at the one of Chris Heiner, you see how straight that valence is as it almost runs even with the ground. But then we look from the back bumper of Aaron Adcock, and you can see that splitter is just not straight. It's got a little crinkle there. That might have been from the contact earlier. Good look at it right there, just how much that splitter is bumped up just a little bit. Skinner's right there on the back bumper of Aaron Adcock. That might be just the nose, what the nose of the Fords look like. But I don't believe it would be. Kevin Kinder says G's just sailing in, trying to get better on the long run. And that's what it looks like. He's been right there on the back bumper of Aaron Adcock now, and with 14 laps to go, he's just trying to settle in. Tracy Passion starting to fall back just a little bit. He's got the one of Christopher Heiner right there on the back bumper now as well, and another battle back here between Mickey Isaac and Christian Dedman. William Griffith up in this mix as well. Dedman trying to make the move up on the high side. He's going to get around Mickey Isaac. Can William Griffith do the same to move Griff up into the 7th position? Kyle Roberts making his way down onto pit road. Saw a lot of damage to the right side of that truck. He might have made some contact with the wall. So the Fords showing some strength here tonight. Jonah Colbert, Aaron Adcock, Garrett Kinder, Tracy Passons, all in Fords, your top 4. Christopher Heiner, Christian Dedman running 5th and 6th back in Chevys. Griff in a Toyota. Mickey Isaac in a Chevy. Then Charles Stevens Jr. in a Ford. And Spencer Gay in a Toyota. So 5 of your top 10 are all Fords. I know Papa K back there is happy seeing all those Fords up front. As the sun comes back out onto the track, and as it beats down on the pavement, the track's going to start slicking up, and I think that's going to play right into Garrett Kinder's favor. Now we're talking about that splitter just a moment ago. Let's take a look off the back bumper of Garrett Kinder at Tracy Passon's, and you can see Passon's splitter is perfectly straight right there on the ground. Then we go to Aaron Adcock, and you can see Kinder's splitter is pushed up just a little bit. And at a track here where the straightaway speed, you have this long straightaway, and drafting and aerodynamics is so important. I would guess that some of that damage to that splitter is really hurting that 13 machine. When he goes back and watches this later on, I'm sure he'll see that damage on the 13 is might be affecting him just a little bit. But now Jonah Colbert, a half-second lead over second, third, and fourth, who are running nose to tail. And when they cross the line this time, they'll have just 10 laps to go. A little further back, we see Aaron Johnson trying to get around the 69 of Spencer Gay. Charles Stevens Jr. here in the mix as well, trying to run down Mickey Isaac. And we got a battle for second as Garrett Kinder is now trying to make the move down underneath Aaron Adcock, but was just not close enough to finish the pass. Now he's going to have to reset and try it all over again. Now he takes a look back down the inside. Oh, a little contact between the 13 and the 23. A little hip check out of Garrett Kinder to move Aaron Adcock up the track. And now Tracy Passon's down to the inside of Aaron Adcock. Adcock right on the back bumper of the 13 as they make their way down into turn number 1. Adcock's going to fall all the way back to 4th. Here comes Tracy Passon's now, taking a look down underneath the 13 of Garrett Kinder, and he's got a big push from Aaron Adcock down into turn number 2. To move Tracy up into the second position, but here comes Kinder back on the high side. A little contact between the 13 and the 53. And now Tracy hip checks the 13 up the track to take over the second position, but here comes Kinder fighting back hard on that high side. They are side by side, door to door, down to the stripe. Aaron Adcock trying to offer a little help to Uncle Tracy as they come down the Long Pond straightaway down towards turn number 1. Jonah Colbert is loving seeing this in the mirror as it's allowing him just to pull away. As Aaron Adcock able to get Uncle Tracy out in front of Garrett Kinder. And here comes Adcock fighting back hard down on the bottom. While all that's going on, Christopher Heiner slowly creeping up into this picture as well. As Kinder is able to clear Aaron Adcock again down into the tunnel turn to keep Kinder up into that third position. These 3 trucks under a blanket as Adcock almost runs into the back of Garrett Kinder. As Jonah Colbert continues to pull away with just 7 laps to go. Also, the question is going to be, is lap traffic going to come into play here? We see Kyle Roberts just making his way into turn number 3. Kyle Roberts is about 2/10 up in front as Garrett Kinder gets back down underneath Tracy Parsons, gives him another hip check down off of turn number 3 and down to turn 1. Oh, more contact as Tracy gives him a little hip check down towards turn number 1. They are still side by side, and Kinder is going to retake over the second position, but here comes Aaron Adcock with a head of steam off of turn number 1. He's going to look down to the inside as they head down to the tunnel turn. Tracy Parsons is going to help Aaron the way that Aaron was helping Tracy earlier. Tracy stays up on the high side. Now he's going to look down to the inside of Kinder. Not quite close enough to make the move as Adcock shoves Kinder up the track side by side for second place still. And when we cross the line this time, we'll have just 5 laps to go. Adcock, Kinder, we've seen this story before. Side by side, the clouds cover up the sun yet again. The track's going to get a little bit grippier. We'll see who that benefits as they make their way down into turn number 1. Adcock has the position down into the corner. Kinder, though, stays right there, tucked in on the high side, trying to keep that momentum up off of turn number 1. He's going to lose all that momentum, pushes up the track, and he's going to fall into the clutches of Christopher Heiner, who's right there as well. So with 5 laps to go, Kinder goes from second back to 5th. And we see that damage to the right front of Kinder's truck now. Looks like he made a little contact with the wall as he almost makes some contact with the one of Christopher Heiner. And as they come down off of the turn 3, you can see that crinkle in the hood of Garrett Kinder's truck as Aaron Adcock now, as Tracy Parsons looking down to the inside. Now Tracy is going to pull out in front. As you see the lead from Jonah Colbert back to Tracy Parsons and Aaron Adcock. But this is not over yet. We've seen trucks sliding and bouncing off the wall all race long. Still have these 3 drivers all running nose to tail. Second, third, and fourth. Garrett Kinder with that damage, though, has been falling backwards, unfortunately. Trying to hold on to a top 5 finish here. That damage might be too much for that 13 machine as he's fallen back now. Almost a second off of Christopher Heiner. Heiner, though, trying to make a move down on Aaron Adcock, but just not able to do it. A little further back, we've got this battle. Christian Dedman, Charles Stevens Jr., William Griffith all battling for position. Dedman's going to move himself up into 6th, Griff into 7th, and they are catching Garrett Kinder with just 2 laps to go. Aaron Adcock has Christopher Heiner all over the back bumper. This is a battle for the final podium position. Well, that's going on. Tracy Parsons is starting to pull away from these 2. And Garrett Kinder is starting to fall back into the clutches of teammate Christian Dedman. Jonah Colbert, though, comes off of turn number 3. White flag is in the air. Just 1 more lap to go for the 31 Jonah Colbert, who's run a flawless race. Can he put 3 more corners together as he makes his way down into turn number 1. And down the backstretch he comes with a 3-second lead over second place, Tracy Parsons. Through the tunnel turn. Down the short chute as Christopher Heiner still tries to get around the 23 of Aaron Adcock. Down into turn number 3, Jonah Colbert. No lap traffic in his way tonight. Jonah Colbert's going to come off of turn number 3, and Jonah Colbert's going to win here at Pocono. Tracy Parsons is going to come back into second, and Aaron Adcock is going to get your third place finish here tonight. It's all about the 31 of Jonah Colbert getting the win here tonight. After a heartbreak on Friday night in the Grand National Series, able to rebound for the win here tonight. Jonah comes down to the front stretch to celebrate his win here before the traditional Rebels Demolition Derby takes place. Oh, but Griff's going to stop his celebration early as they all come piling in here. As your winner goes flipping over onto his roof. Can he get back on the wheels? Nope, he's going to be stuck there against the wall on his side. Let's take a look at your results here tonight. Jonah Colbert getting the win. Tracy Parsons back in second. Aaron Adcock comes home third. Christopher Heiner and Garrett Kinder round out your top 5. Christian Dedman comes home 6th. William Griffith in 7th. Aaron Johnson back in 8th. Charles Stevens Jr. 9th. And Spencer Gay with a top 10 finish. Mickey Isaac comes home 11th. Josh Oswald in 12th. Cody Boehm comes home 13th. Dave Jones and Charles Elmore make up your top 15. Mike Veith comes home 16th. 17th will be Brandon Wallace, and 18th, Alex Veith. 19th, Jason Lotridge and Kyle Roberts rounds out your top 20. Tyler Rice comes home 21st. Josh Lokovitz back in 22nd. Matt Kleeman retires back in 23rd. And Chris McLean, who is out on lap 15, comes home in 24th. As we get ready to talk to your top 3 here tonight. Starting with your third place finisher. Whoops. Hit a button, everything goes all wild on me. Starting with your third place finisher, Aaron Adcock. Aaron, you got Josh up in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, Josh, I got you, buddy.
Man, what a wild finish there at the end, battling it out with Kinder and Tracy and Christopher Heiner. And, man, talk us through those last 10 or 12 laps where you guys were just going at it door to door, banging off each other and just having a lot of fun out there.
I was just hanging on for dear life. They had about 5 lap fresher tires than I did because I tried to short pit, and it was working for me. I had enough fuel to make it to the end, and I was going to be all stretched out and have a good shot at winning it. And then we got a caution, so it just cautions never fall the way I need them to when I'm trying to do something strategy wise. So it didn't really surprise me, but I felt good about the call I made. And then when the caution come out, I was like, well, it's only been a couple of laps. I can't go in pit road. I'll lose all the track position. And so I stayed out, and Felt pretty good. I was a little more comfortable once we got that caution right after I'd assumed the lead on that previous caution, and once once we kind of got spread out a little bit, I felt like I would be able to at least maintain a top five, and was kind of hoping then that we would get another caution, and everybody come down pit road and get fresh tires because this track it'll chew the tires up a little bit. So just one of those things that strategy didn't fall the way I needed it to. But yeah, it was a lot of battles on the track, close racing. Um, I don't know. It looked like Kinder got a little tight there one time in turn 3, and we made contact, and that hurt me a little bit, and just was able to suck back up and catch draft and maintain where I was at. And yeah, just coming to the end, it's checkers or wreckers, I guess. You gotta get that playoff spot. So good solid finish tonight for all the guys at Poman Motorsports, and yeah, it was fun battling with Tracy and Kinder there at the end. And Jonah's fast. It's hard to keep up. I could hold him close, but I couldn't. I didn't have the speed to beat him. He had long run speed, and I just had a little bit of short run. So it was a fun race, but we'll get ready for the dirt next week. Hopefully, I don't mess up too bad.
For sure. And a couple times we saw you push a Tracy out to the front there, and didn't look like he was returning the favor too much. Was that something you guys were talking about there, or was he just not as good as pushing on the straightaways as you were?
We didn't really choreograph when I was in front. And when he got around me, I told him, I said, I'll push you down the front stretch and I'll push you wherever I can. And I just happened to get good runs. I don't know if he just wasn't able to get the run that I was getting once I was behind him, or what. But yeah, I was once I had a teammate in front of me, I was going to push my teammate no matter what. And it just worked out that we were both able to get up into the podium spot tonight. So just good teamwork effort there for sure.
For sure. Tracy falling back early in the run and able to get back up onto the podium. I know Paul Passons just said great job to you and you and Tracy. And before I let you go, anyone you want to thank? Any shout outs you got to give here tonight?
Yeah, my wife and little girl, and we got a little boy on the way in January. So maybe in a few years I'll have a sim racing buddy, and so shout out to my wife and little girl, and our son that's still in the oven, and my mom and dad and sister and brother-in-law, and my grandfather and grandmother that are watching, and all the guys at Poman Motorsports, Apex Sim Racing, and yeah, just you for broadcasting the league, and all the sponsors over here, Kinder Farm and Ranch, and Chuck Pegleg Felts, and just everybody that helps bring this together and make it possible. So appreciate you doing what you do every Sunday night, and um, just enjoy coming out here having a good time.
Well, I appreciate that, Aaron. And again, congrats on the podium. And we look forward to seeing you. How do you like your chances on the dirt next week?
Whoo, finish. That's my motto next week. Finish. I'll be running good, and then something crazy will happen. So I'm just finish one piece. That's my goal next week.
There you have it. Well, Aaron, good luck next week, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right, thank you, Josh.
So that was your third place finisher, Aaron Adcock. Let's talk to your second place finisher, Tracy Passions. Tracy, you got Josh up in the booth. You got me?
What's going on, Josh?
Man, long time no talk to you, but man, you got a very eventful night tonight, getting caught up in an early wreck, falling all the way to the back, and driving yourself back up into second place. First off, how are you able to maintain that speed through the entire run to get yourself back up to the front?
I just try to take it slow and pass everybody in turn 2 and get a run before you get to the last turn.
Yeah, for sure. I know I've been saying it all night. You really can't make passes off of turn number 3, but you can lose a lot of momentum off of turn number 3. And having Aaron there at the end helping out, that must have been a blast running with him and Kinder there at the end.
Oh yeah, that was fun, real fun. I enjoy that. Anytime you run up front is good. Anytime. It's hard to do in this league. We got a bunch of good people and good drivers in here.
For sure, and we saw the full contact race in there between you and Garrett Kinder as well. I know it's
look. It was contact all night, wasn't it? Him and Aaron got into it the turn before, and it was contact all night, wasn't it? Somewhere.
For sure. Hey, yeah. Nothing wrong with some side-to-side door contact. I mean, you got to do what you got to do, move them out of the way, right?
I hit the wall on the back stretch and didn't mean nothing. And Kinder, not Kinder, but Christopher said, "What the heck you doing?" I said, "I don't know. I just bumped the dang wall."
But you're able to drive yourself back up to a second place finish, which is phenomenal. So congratulations on that. Strategy wise, though, I know a couple people were trying to go in early, like Aaron did. Did you kind of adopt a different strategy there, not going in as early as Aaron did, and catching that yellow flag when it came out the right way?
I was going to try to make a one-stop race, and after the caution come out, that kind of threw everything out of whack. So I started to pit, and the caution come out, and before I went down, I was able to stay on the track. So I got lucky on that one.
Well, good job staying out there and staying out of trouble, getting yourself up into the podium. I know you have a dirt race next week. How do you like your chances on dirt?
Oh, I think it's going to be worse than Pocono as far as the contact.
For sure, for sure. Hey, dirt racing's known for that. But before we let you go, Tracy, anyone you want to thank, any shots you got to give here tonight?
Yeah, everybody that puts on the lead, and you for broadcasting, and all the admins that do a good job, and my team over at Poman Motorsports.
Also, before we let you go, I want to let you know Paul Passons did say good job for you and great job coming from the back. So
10-4, that's my father.
yeah,
He watches every Sunday. Thank you for telling me that.
He surely does. So we appreciate him joining in every night. And again, congrats to you. We'll talk to you soon.
Yes, sir. We'll see you. Okay.
So that was your second place finisher, Tracy Passons. Let's bring in your winner here, Jonah Colbert. Jonah, you got Josh up in the booth. You got me?
Hey, Josh.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there, but got to say congratulations on the win. A dominating performance here at Pocono, and got to feel good after the heartbreak that you had Friday night.
Yeah, it was nice to bounce back. Had a heartbreak last night, too. Led a bunch of laps at Pocono in the Cup car, and I slid through my pit stall and screwed myself. So 2 nights in a row, I had just awful luck. It was nice to, shake that off and find the front. So
yeah, we saw how much speed you were able to carry off of turn number 3. I think you were hitting turn 3 better than anybody else here tonight to carry that speed down the Long Pond Straight. And the cautions kind of fell right into you guys' favors, where it didn't really affect anybody. You didn't really have to pit under green. Were you kind of looking forward to green flag pit stops, or after last night you were kind of glad it came under yellow?
I was looking forward to the green flag stops, but we had made the decision to stay out. Aaron was the only one that really undercut us, and I was going to let him have that. I figured, everybody else was far enough back that it really didn't really matter, so we were going to just run it out in case a caution came out, because the truck was really loose on cold tires. So I was like, well, I don't want to pit and get trapped lap down because someone spins off of pit road or something like that. And sure enough, man, just a few laps later, the caution came out. So it ended up working out perfectly. It was just a guess, and it was the right guess. Aaron guessed the other way, and he guessed wrong. If that caution doesn't come out, he would have been leading after those pit flag or after those green flag stops. So, it's just it's a roll of the dice, and it worked out for us. So.
Well, speaking of rolling the dice, next week you're going to be running on dirt. How do you like your chances on the mud next week?
I'm not sure what track it is. If it's anything but Bristol dirt, I'm gonna be terrible. So it'll be fun. No, it'll be fun. I do enjoy racing the dirt. I'm just not very fast at it, so it'll be a fun learning experience. And you ought to see a lot of people wrecking on that one.
For sure. Well, you're going to be running at Knoxville, not Bristol dirt. So.
So it'll be a little bit flatter. Yeah, that'll be interesting.
So, but before we let you go, anyone want to thank? Any shout outs you can give here tonight, Jonah?
Shout out to Intensity Broadcasting for putting this on. Kinder Farm and Ranch, Cofield Asphalt finishing, and those guys. And just shout out to JC Motorsports and Reaper Racing for working together there. Because my teammates weren't here tonight, so I just hung out with the Reaper boys, and it was fun. So
awesome, man. Well, again, congrats on the win. Locks you in the playoffs, and we look forward to seeing how you can handle the dirt next week.
All right, thank you.
Have a great night.
Yeah.
So you have Jonah Colbert, your winner here tonight. A great run. Unfortunately, heartbreaker for Garrett Kinder, catching the wall, falling back to 5th. Still having a good, solid finish, though. But we know he's one to watch next week on the dirt. So join us here next week on Intensity Broadcasting as the original Rebels get dirty at Knoxville. It's going to be a great race. I love calling some dirt races. We hope that you guys are going to enjoy watching the dirt races. So join us here again Don't forget to hit that notification button to get notified anytime we go live. We have live racing 5 nights a week, and the double headers coming back on Tuesdays and always on Sundays, so check that out as well. And as always, as our boy Atlee Atman Weiss would say, over and out.